Have you ever made a decision in the spur of the moment without giving much thought, much consideration on that decision, and then after several months of trying to figure things out, you figured out you messed up? Well, that's what I did. Stay tuned. I want to share some clear information about Bella and two of her past puppies because I believe families deserve honesty and also the reassurance that comes from understanding the full picture. Bella Sky has had 2 litters, and each of those litters, one puppy developed cherry eye. Because I care so much about my dogs and the families who love them, my heart automatically went into protection mode. I made an early assumption before I had fully researched the situation, and I announced a retirement decision sooner than I should have. Moving forward, I am going to take a step back and fully evaluate the situation before making any major decisions. After taking the time to thoroughly review everything and discussing it with several experienced breeders and veterinarians, I learned that each puppy had a specific trigger that made cherry eye more likely for them, and it wasn't caused by Bella Sky herself. In her first litter, one puppy was born with a cleft lip. A cleft lip happens very early in development before the puppy is even born. It is usually a one-time development event, not a hereditary condition. A cleft lip only becomes a hereditary condition when it happens more than once across different litters and different sires. Bella Sky has only ever had one cleft lip puppy, so there is no pattern suggesting a genetic issue. It's also important to know that Bella Sky herself does not have cherry eye. None of her siblings have cherry eye, and the mother has never had cherry eye or produced it in any of her litters. There is absolutely no pattern for cherry eye anywhere in her line.
Whoa, stop. Don't go anywhere. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned.
Puppies born with cleft lip naturally have more delicate facial tissue, which increases the chance of cherry eye. This was a vulnerability unique to that puppy, not something coming from Bella herself. I also want families to know that I take proactive steps in my program to help reduce the risk of developmental issues like cleft lip. One of the ways I do this is by supplementing my pregnant females with folic acid, which many breeders and veterinarians recommend to support healthy fetal development. While no supplement can guarantee prevention, it is an important part of my prenatal care routine. In her second litter, one puppy developed cherry eye while recovering from respiratory infection. Any respiratory illness can cause inflammation and pressure in the head and facial tissues, especially in flat-faced breeds. That inflammation can trigger cherry eye even when the parents are completely healthy. Again, this was a situation specific to that puppy's illness, not a pattern from Bella Sky. After reviewing everything carefully with trusted breeders and veterinary professionals, it became clear that both cases were tied to individual circumstances, not genetics. Bella Sky is healthy and produces wonderful puppies, and there's no evidence that she should even be retired. I always want you to know that when something unusual happens, I look at the whole picture: the puppy, the parents, the circumstances, the medical triggers, the professional guidance available to me. When new information helps me make a better decision, I'm not afraid to adjust. That's part of being a responsible, ethical breeder who puts their dogs first. Points to take away from this is cherry eye is often triggered by irritation, illness, or inflammation, not always genetic. Cleft lips are usually developmental, not hereditary, unless repeated across litters. Respiratory infections can cause swelling that triggers cherry eye in flat-faced breeds. Folic acid supplementation supports healthy fetal development. Bella Sky's line has no history of cherry eye. Why does this matter? I want every family to feel confident that your puppy comes from a program built on honesty, learning, and thoughtful decision-making. Transparency doesn't mean perfection. It means you can trust that I will always evaluate, adjust, and choose what's best for the dog and families who love them.